Playing lower 14. When is it better to play low E in 7th position or to play low E in trigger 2nd position? Well, that question can be answered based on 2 factors. Number 1, where am I coming from and where am I going to? In other words, what note did I play before the low E and what note will I be playing after it? And number 2, which choice will help me move less between each note? It's always easier to move a small distance than it is to move a big one. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. In number 1, we start on low E. So we're not really coming from anywhere. So based purely on where we're coming from, we could start in either position, trigger 2nd or 7th. We're going to low F. So that might make me want to start in 7th position. However, if I'm having a hard time reaching 7th position because my arms aren't quite long enough, then I think it would be fine to start this one in trigger 2, because going from E in 2nd to F in 6th is, yes, a big distance, but it's not so much that it will be detrimental to my playing. If I start in trigger 2, it might sound like this. And starting in 7th, notice they sound the same, but they just look different. So it all boils down to personal preference in this case. Continuing on through example 1, just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to start in 7th because it's closer to 6th. So my first note in number 1 is E, followed by F in 6th position. Then we have a G in 4th, A in 2nd, back to G in 4th, F in 6th. Now here, since I'm already in 6th position, I think I would just want to pop my slide out to 7th for the E and then come back to F in 6th position. Again, if your arms are still not long enough to reach 7th position, I think it would be okay to go to 2nd position for that E. If your arms are long enough, go ahead and try 7th position. It'll be a lot easier on your arm to move just one position. So when I put all of it together, it will sound and look like this. In number 2, I'm starting on low F in 6th position and going to E and then coming back to F. So because that E is sandwiched in between 2 6th position Fs, I might as well just go ahead and go to 7th. Once more, if your arms are still too short for 7th, just go to 2nd. That is, of course, assuming you have a trigger. So number 2 altogether will sound like this. Notice that I played the final E in 7th position as well, because an F in 6th position came right before it. We can do the same thing with our E in exercises 3 and 4. Exercises 5 and 6 are a little different because we're going back and forth between G and E. For this one, if I had a trigger trombone, I would definitely play the E in 2nd position because I find it easier to go back and forth between 2nd and 4th than I do 4th and 7th. The same concept would apply to number 6. However, in number 6, we're throwing some Fs into the mix. But because I'm going from E to G, I'm going to go ahead and keep that E in 2nd, and then the F will just be in 6th, right between the Gs. So you have 2 position options for low E. Think about each option and what works best for you and your trombone or your arm length. As long as the E sounds like an E and has a great sound, then you're in good shape.
You can always return to this video by scanning the QR code in your band code binder or by searching for the QR code number in YouTube.